Hello. What I'd like to tell you about today is something that I'm offering called Couples Bespoke Intensives. What is one of these, you might be thinking? Well, mostly, I suppose, I see couples regularly for sessions. They might be an hour or an hour and a half, and they work very well. They can be online or they can be in person. And sometimes couples want to come to me for a more intensive experience. And it's an amazing experience, actually. It's very useful, for example, if you live some distance away from Hythe, Kent, which is where I live, and you can't get here regularly. So we can create an intensive. And it's also very valuable if you feel that there's quite a lot going on in your relationship that's difficult, especially around your level of closeness and intimacy, then it works really well to have a longer session, an intensive. And the length of that session is 8 hours. Now, wait a minute before you go, oh my God, that's a long time. We don't, of course, do it all in one go. What we do is we have an evening and then some part of the next day. So often it's Friday, Saturday, but it can be Tuesday, Wednesday, it doesn't matter. And you'll come over to Hythe, Kent, and you'll find somewhere to stay. And that's another little bonus, by the way, because you get a night away together, which is very valuable often in a relationship. So you book yourself somewhere to stay, and then you come and see me around 7 o'clock on that first evening, and we have a 2.5 hour session. And by the way, before we start, I will have sent you both a questionnaire to fill in, and that is very important to come back to me. And then I kind of shape the workshop. I call it a workshop, obviously it's just for one couple. I shape it around the things you talk about in the questionnaire. We might have a brief chat as well beforehand. Now, when I say I shape it around what you say, that doesn't mean that it's set in stone in any way. What's lovely actually is because we've got this spaciousness, I can really move with you at your pace. And we do three main things. One is what I call couple counselling, surprise, surprise, but that's where we talk about things, we look at issues that affect your relationship. The other thing we do is what I call dialogue work, where I get you really engaging with each other, encountering each other, talking, listening, affirming each other. This is so important. So many couples aren't having that level of communication in their relationship. And the third thing is, because we've got the time, we can do exercises. So I can actually get you sitting together closely and doing a very lovely exercise that may involve, for example, some gentle face stroking. And don't worry, it's not sexual in any way. It opens up your intimacy in a very sweet kind of way. So let me come back to the timing. So you've got the evening, which is say about 2.5 hours. And then the next day we'll have, say, 2 blocks of 3 hours. So you'll come back in the morning, we'll have a 3-hour block. Obviously we'll have breaks. Then you'll go off for lunch and you'll come back for another 3-hour block, or maybe 2.5-hour block. We might, adjust the timing a little bit. It's got to suit you. And that's the main thing. This is designed completely for you as a couple. And one of the great things it does is it builds a very solid foundation for you to work from, because it covers all areas in a lot of depth. And following on from an intensive, if you want to have some sessions online, if you live far away, we can build on what's already been put in place. And these are very, very lovely experiences, I want to say. I enjoy them. I enjoy offering them, creating them for couples. So I thought I'd tell you what they're all about.